Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
The investigators in this case have a lot more information than we do. We think it's pretty clear what happened here. It was because of the tactics of turning Andrew into a confidential informant that he died. That's our conclusion.
It's been nearly 4 years since Andrew Sadek was found with a gunshot wound to the head after his role as a confidential drug informant. Now, an upcoming hearing may bring Sadek's parents closer to the long-awaited trial for what many call a wrongful death. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz has the latest on the long-standing investigation and why the state has been reluctant to hand over information to the family.
We want to know what's the status, what leads are being followed, are there any suspects, and what has happened from the day that Andrew disappeared until now.
Tim O'Keefe represents Andrew Sadek's parents in their wrongful death lawsuit against Richland County Deputy Sheriff Jason Weber. Nearly 4 years after his death, O'Keefe says there are still many holes.
And if there's some other information out there that is going to show us that we're wrong, that's fine. Show it to us.
The trial keeps getting pushed back for need of more information.
We were told when our office got involved that they would give us regular updates, and they did do that for a while.
But O'Keefe says lately, those updates have been dwindling.
When was the last one?
I believe the last one was February 28th of this year, but prior to that, it had been quite some time. We don't really know how, quote-unquote, active the investigation is at this point.
So what's the holdup? O'Keefe says that's what they want to know, which is why they've subpoenaed records from NDSCS's original investigation. But the school objected, saying the investigation is ongoing.
They don't want to jeopardize the investigation by turning that information over.
Despite the attorney's promise to keep the information confidential. But O'Keefe says since the family is the victim, they should be able to see more than the general public. I visited the campus police here at NDSCS and I found Sergeant Stephen Helgeson in the office. I asked him, why can't they share that information with the family and what are they hiding? He answered, it's an ongoing investigation, so that information has to remain private at this time. As for Sadek's family,
what will be your course of action if you don't get it?
We will continue to pursue other avenues to obtain the information.
So you'll keep trying for that information?
Correct.
Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
The investigation was turned over to the BCA in Minnesota, but NDSCS was originally investigating, which is why the attorney is looking to get documents from them. The Sadek's trial was originally set for last August. It was moved to this month, but now O'Keefe tells us a new trial date is still unknown. That was pretty good sized snow that fell earlier this afternoon. Glad to see that it moved on. Let's check in with Hutch to find out if there's any more forecasted for tonight. Hutch?
Yeah, our radar is showing that we have some hit and miss snow showers rapidly passing from northwest to southeast throughout the region. And as they pass through, we'll see just light amounts, but the visibility gets greatly reduced. Not much else upstream from that, but wind is really picking up in the Devil's Lake Basin. Gusts from the northwest, upwards of 30 miles per hour, creating some drifting and icing of road surfaces as temperatures will really fall. So tonight, passing snow showers in Fargo, temperatures slip into the teens. And then once the winds become gusty here a little later this evening, we'll have some blowing snow across the valley and temperatures look to be near record lows as we go through Friday and into Saturday. More on that and an update on a Sunday round of snow coming up here in just a few minutes, Mike.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so you can plan your day. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. We now know the name of the person killed after a crash in South Fargo yesterday. Authorities say 57-year-old Matthew Beck of Fargo lost control of his Jeep at the intersection of 40th Avenue and 45th Street South. He hit a light pole before tipping on its side and hitting a pickup and then stopping at the intersection. He was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital. Law enforcement agencies in Minnesota will be out cracking down on distracted driving. The campaign runs through April 22nd. Police say they've seen a 23% increase in the number of texting and driving citations handed out from last year, or 2 years ago, to last year. Distracted driving contributes to an average of 59 deaths and more than 200 serious injuries a year. If you're caught driving while distracted, the first offense will cost you $50 plus court costs. After that, the fine jumps to at least $275. An off-duty officer was honored today for stopping a man that went on a stabbing rampage inside a Minnesota mall. In September of 2016, Tahir Adan stabbed 10 people at the St. Cloud Crossroads Center Mall before he was shot and killed by Officer Jason Falconer. Adan and his family previously lived in Fargo before moving to St. Cloud. This morning, Minnesota lawmakers, including U.S. Senators Amy Klobuchar and Tina Smith, presented Falconer with a badge of bravery. He was also named Officer of the Year by the Minnesota Chiefs of Police Association. Police are investigating another bomb threat at a North Dakota high school. It's the 5th there in 2 weeks. Authorities have previously said the threats made to Legacy High School in Bismarck may have originated overseas. Investigators say the latest threat was received about 6:30 this morning. That threat only caused minimal disruption because it was before the start of the school day. The school resource officer swept the building, determined that there was no present threat. 4 threats made last week forced multiple evacuations of that high school. The FBI, which is assisting, has declined comments, citing the ongoing investigation. In Valley City, the school district has approved a new $2 million track for the high school. The school board approving the addition today. Parts of the district building fund will cover a portion of that cost. A fundraising committee will try to raise another $500,000. Construction of the track will begin this spring and will be completed by mid-August of 2018. Over at NDSU, a fraternity is braving the cold to raise money for a good cause. The Tau Kappa Epsilon fraternity most likely didn't expect snow when they set up their annual spring swing-a-thon. It's at the corner of 12th Avenue and North University. But the guys there, they plan on swinging for 72 straight hours. They're getting some help from the women of Kappa Delta sorority. Proceeds will go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital as they set this year's goal at $20,000. The swing-a-thon continues until noon on Saturday. So forget the cold weather outside. Stores inside West Acres Mall are heating up. We got an up-close look today at what trends you'll be seeing on the mannequins this spring and what pieces you can pull out of your closet. Floral prints, stripes, and flowing pants are at the top of the in list this season, along with fringed accessories and graphic t-shirts. And for more information on styles, visit our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on the Hot button where there's a link to the West Acres blog. Later on Valley News Live at 6, what's behind the change in the way Fargo's water tastes and looks? Up next, concerns from neighbors about a high-risk sex offender that's moved in nearby.